Hey guys, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we are going to be continuing on in the episode of Let's Refurb, where we started to restore a DMG GameBoy Pocket, a lot like this one. Now, what I was actually doing in that video was RetroBrighting. Oh, by the way, did I tell you guys that I got a dog? This is Miley. She's very, very new. We've only just got her. She's 11 weeks old, and she's very cute. Ugh. She just likes to lick things, and she gets really, really excited. So she's going to sit here. She also wheezes everywhere, so potentially she might wheel me in this video. So if you guys watch that video, I'll put that in the description. Then you'll see what I was actually doing was cleaning the whole thing up and trying to restore it back to absolute pristine condition. When I was trying the different methods to try and RetroBright this, I tried the UV lamp. That didn't really make any sort of difference at all. This is the one that I bought, and it really just didn't work at all. I didn't see any sort of change in the color. I think I spent about £20 on that, and I really wouldn't recommend it. I'm not entirely sure what I didn't get right about that. Potentially it was the type of UV lamp that I actually used. The next thing I then tried to do was just leave it in like hot water. So I actually just boiled the kettle, covered the Game Boys in the hair salon cream, which is this stuff right here. However, that didn't really work either. It didn't really seem to make a difference whether or not the water was hot, or it didn't seem to make an immediate difference, but I then left that on the windowsill, and I left that there for about 4 or 5 days, and I actually started seeing a color change. If you guys see my community page, then you'll see that this is one of the changes that I actually had, and it looked really, really good. The changes definitely were noticeable, however, it didn't quite look exactly how I wanted it to look, final product. But I should have left it there. Basically, I watched the 8-Bit Guy's video doing this, and one of the things that I saw him do was put it basically to boil. Except the boiling point of ABS, obviously I didn't know, and I didn't know the temperature of the water that my plastic was actually sitting in, and the whole thing melted and shriveled up. And my God, was my heart broken when I lifted up the lid and saw that. So yeah, obviously a big, big fail. What we're going to be doing in this video is trying to RetroBright this Game Boy Pocket. Now, this one is actually still quite white, however, it's definitely not completely white. You can still see the color changes here, and it's quite a nice sunny day today, so you can actually, it doesn't look too bad on camera. However, in person, you can definitely see that it's still quite yellow. You can probably see the color differences between the two shells there. So this is the one that I'm going to be trying. I'm going to use the same hair salon cream, but what I'm going to be doing differently is putting it in a nail varnish, like hardener thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Thank you to my friend Bobo who lent me the nail hardener thing, because obviously I don't have one of those. Been quite a few hours since I've actually done the last entry into this video, and oh my God, is it going well. So this is the shell here. Compared to this one, I'd say it looks a tiny little bit grayer, but really not much. I mean, in person actually it looks a little bit grayer, but on film it actually looks just a little bit whiter. And then if I put it next to this one here, you can see it's just a tad darker, but only slightly, and you're probably only going to see it if you like raise the brightness up on your screens of your phones or whatever you're watching this on. I've managed to get the sides quite white, which was something that I was having quite a lot of difficulty doing on the bottom piece. The bottom piece is actually still in there, but we're going to have a look at that one together, and I'll show you the kind of process that I've been doing with that. I've been kind of repeating the same process over and over again, which is just applying fresh cream every maybe 20 minutes or so, and then rinsing it, kind of taking it out, obviously, taking the cling film off, rinsing it in cold water and soap, and then applying fresh cream, new cling film, and then straight back into the ultraviolet nail hardener thing. So I thought what I'd do is show you what the situation is right now with this one. I also discovered that you can actually just pull this little tray out. I've been really kind of trying to dig my hands in and get it out, but so here it is. Here's the one I'm currently doing. Now it's going to be quite difficult for you to see, but the sides are still quite yellow, and so is the bottom, and I'm having real difficulty trying to get them whiter. You can actually just about make out through there that the difference between where the sticker is and where the actual kind of exposed part is so minimal now. It's obviously done a really good job center. But on the sides, you can still see a little bit of a difference. I want this thing to be done well, you know, you can see that difference there as well, just between the two. So I'm going to be leaving this in here for just a little bit longer, kind of rotating it around every now and again, just making sure that all the angles are really being covered. And then I'll show you it finally all put back together. The other thing as well that I'm going to be doing right now, actually on film, is having a go at bleaching the rubber buttons here. So I've got two of them. You can clearly see that one is much worse than the other. And as I broke the one that I was trying to do initially, I'm actually going to be using, hopefully I can restore these, I'm actually going to be using this on this one. As you can see, the button is broken off. And since I have now some spares for DMG style pockets, I thought why not try and restore this and see if we can get it nice and clean. So this is actually clean. I have cleaned it in the sink when I did the Let's Refurb. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of cling film, cover it in some salon cream, and just whack it in the back with the other shell whilst it's doing its thing. I'm almost out of this bottle, but not bad considering this bottle only costs £1.69. And the resale value of something which is, I put way too much on there, but the resale value of something which is whiter as opposed to when it's all yellow is so much higher. So it's going to be quite good to hopefully actually get these done. That'll do. Little dodgy looking package there, but we're going to slip that in the back and check back on that in 20 minutes or so. Alright, so it's been another 20 minutes or so. Let's check in on the shell and see how it's doing. I think the buttons are probably going to need a little bit longer because they've only really just gone in. But let's check out the shell. I'm going to put the buttons back in now, kind of centralise them up a little bit. I can still see that there's a bit of yellowing going on at the bottom, but I think I'm going to leave it at this. I don't really want to kind of damage the texture of the shell like I did on the last one, and I can already feel that it's quite warm. And finally, it's time to see if the buttons have made any difference at all. I'm sure they probably have, and I haven't left it on for long enough, but I want to close this Game Boy up now. And one of them was a little bit okay, so I'll just use that one. Doesn't look like they have. I'm going to give these a quick wash, and then I'm going to put the whole thing back together, and then we'll compare and see what they look like. Okay guys, and that is it. We are finally finished and everything is back together, and here it is. My God, am I happy with this thing. I put some batteries in and it works absolutely beautifully, speaker and all. I'm really happy how this has turned out, as you guys can probably imagine. It looks a lot whiter than it did before. I'm really happy with the results that we've gotten from using the nail hardening machine thing. The battery cover, I actually used a different one, one that I had which kind of more closely matches the colour, although I will be RetroBright the actual original battery cover that this came with. Here it is with a quick comparison. You can still see it's a slight little bit yellower than this one, which is pretty much mint. In fact, some might actually argue that this one looks whiter than this on camera, but in kind of first person, in real life, you can definitely see that this one's a little bit more yellower than this. But I'm really happy with how it's turned out. As for the issues that I was having, one of them was actually trying to get the bottom colours to kind of match For some reason, around the edges and the bottom was where the back was like the yellowest. That's not really a word, but like the most yellow. And so yeah, trying to get that to actually mix together was quite difficult, but I think I've managed to do it quite okay. The shell's not actually completely closed up there, but it looks very, very close and very accurate, and one with the LED as well, and I don't think this was that expensive. So yeah, that is going to conclude this video, guys. I know you have been waiting for it very patiently, obviously with the hiccup that I had in the last time I tried to try and do this, then you guys, I'm sure, will understand. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to be in for a chance to win Derby Stallion, the Famicom boxed game, check out my last video and you'll find out the terms on how to win that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.